All right, hello and welcome. So today we are playing some more of this game, Hermitage Strange Case Files. So let us 100% do this again. Okay, so yes. Hello and welcome, Gloria. Welcome to the party. How was the party? But yes, thank you for the sheep scream. Changing it up from last year. Snap. Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I will be right back. I need to go grab a snack. I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back for a snack. Okay, I have come back with the snack. I got some sky flakes. But yes, thank you for the snack too, Demon Fox, and also hello and welcome. How have you been? For you, it's Tuesday in PSO2, and the party was exhausting. Oh no, wasn't it everybody under the sun showed up? Is that what happened? And party prep for days? Because, well, yeah, party. It wasn't a lot of pain? Oh no! Pain! No! It's been 4 days cooking and planning. Ooh, that's a long time. And you went traveling for 12 hours yesterday. Ooh, that's a long time. Isn't that why you were posting pictures at like 7 in the morning? And today you get back to PSO2 and find out, some asshole's been deleting C spaces. Oh, wasn't that that tweet you just posted not too long ago? In Discord? Because I haven't read it all yet, but I am not looking forward to having to deal with that guy. Yeah. Oh, okay. But yes, you went to Lake Louise at like 3 a.m. Ooh, that sounds like fun. A 3 a.m. trip to a lake sounds nice. Yes, you thought no one would be there, and everyone was there to catch the mountain sunrise. Ooh, nice! Surprise! There's people there! Everybody is there! I'm like, oh, that's surprising, but still nice. Did you have fun? I'm still eating the snack that Demon Fox told us. Tourism was fun. You got food, although you didn't get to nourish on elk. Oh, the elk restaurant was closed till 11. Really? No, it was closed. It's so sad. So sad. I hope next time that you go, that you'd be able to actually go eat at the elk restaurant, because that'd be fun. That'd be very fun. Uh-oh. Yeah, breakfast and bands and subpar sushi in Calgary. Oh. That the sushi rice is dry? No, dry sushi! No! Dry sushi! The dry sushi! No! The dry rice! Dry sushi rice is the worst. It's like, I don't know, it's like day-old rice. Yeah, just no. When day-old rice and sushi rice. Dry. No, thank you. No, thank you. Dry rice. And the wasabi wasn't even tube wasabi. It was dyed horseradish. What? It was dyed horseradish? Dyed horseradish for wasabi? You would think that they would at least you would think that it would be, you know, typical wasabi that you would get. But apparently not. That's a first. It was the chipotle of sushi. Oh no. That's not fun at all. No, thank you. Just no. No, I'd rather have good wasabi, please. I don't even want, no. Just give me good wasabi and good rice. That'd be great. Oh, hello, new person. You're faintly annoyed your, taco sushi wasn't real good either. What? It wasn't either? No! That's not, aw, sad day. I am sad for you. Oh well. You know, I guess, every once in a while, I guess it sucks. Kind of puts a dampener on, it kind of puts a dampener on going out and doing things, I guess, and eating out. Hopefully, next time it's a lot better. But, we'll see. Hopefully, not for a while. Because, man, that kind of puts a dampener on eating out. Oh, okay. Outside the door. I'm sorry, I picked a bad time to visit since you're off work. May I come in? It's really inconvenient to talk like this. So it's man in the rain. Okay. I was so confused. So confused. The visitor's trench coat and hat are drenched. Okay. That kinda made me stumble a little bit, but okay. At least my brain is not functioning. He seems perturbed, casually covering a briefcase he is holding in his left hand. He has the same build as me with an inconspicuous face. Judging by his complexion, he is most likely from Europe, but he doesn't have any prominent features. His composure is meticulous, straight and expressionless, so it is impossible to know what is going on in his head. I'm afraid that's not a good thing. Okay, conversations. I guess we gotta do this conversation with this guy. I'm relieved to see you're still here. Seeing as you're here now, I can't go, so what's up? I wanted to confirm that you're well. I also have a few books I would like you to sell on my behalf. What? I didn't expect you of all people to want me to sell your books one day. Well, with your current status, I think you'll be well suited for this assignment. It just makes sense. Statement is so on point, I can't even find an excuse to deny it. To be honest, I don't even remember where I first met this strange guy. But I knew he would come by mostly to make sure that I was still staying at the bookstore. After all, this unfriendly person in front of me is the one who offered me a place to hide after that incident. The visitor opens his briefcase, methodically moving book after book from it and placing them on the work desk. They look like old volumes, most of which have been repackaged with plastic covers. The mountain of books doesn't seem like it could have fitted into that slim leather briefcase. What? Oh well, I'll continue on. I think we should talk about your definition of a few books. You're trustworthy, and I know you don't want any trouble. Man, I can't even speak English today. I don't even know what's going on, but you know, I think my brain is just tired. It's the day after Monday, and my brain is like, surprise! It's the day after Monday. You can turn your attention back to other matters after you sold the books. The profit margin you make from the sale is up to you. You're not selling books, you're giving them away, friend. I pick up one of them and flip through the pages at random. Can writing on paper really be considered a project? I've always been skeptical of that. Knowledge can never be measured in money, and if a book is purchased for knowledge, then I value destiny more than a price tag. I didn't peg you for a romantic. I'll go ahead and agree to this, but I won't take anything that's too dangerous. It wouldn't sell anyways. I knew you wouldn't refuse, but you couldn't know that for sure. These books come in all sorts of categories, and I give up my perusal of the books to study the catalog. Modern poetry collections, newspaper clippings, current political commentary, investigation reports, field notes, yearbooks. Honestly, you're leaving me 2 copies of the story club here. I think some of these books are still... Huh? What is it? It's nothing. These aren't bad. I'll keep them for you. This is my work. Close the book in my hand to try and control my facial expression. That's good. Now that you've taken these off my hands, I shall take my leave. He picks up his briefcase and turns sharply to face the door. You're leaving already? Don't you want to wait out in the rain? Out the rain? Don't you want to wait out? Wow, I literally cannot read either, apparently. So that's okay. The delivery man ignores my advice. Now that the purpose of my visit has been served, there is no need for me to take up any more of your time. I'll be in touch again when the time is right. Good luck to you. He lifts his head in farewell and disappears outside the store. Oh, okay. Cold sweat breaks out on my skin and my clothes are sticking to my back. I quietly move towards the door and check the surroundings. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but there seems to be a tall girl on the other side of the street. She's facing this way, holding up a cell phone for a photo. After she notices me looking, she quickly puts away the phone and makes her way to the subway station nearby. Probably just someone who's interested in architecture. After all, the building looks like a piece of cake with the top cut off, which is a relatively rare shape for a house. I can't worry too much about this right now. I make my way back inside and approach the old bookcase. The former owner of Hermitage made good use of the available space, managing to stuff 3 sets of bookshelves inside. The shelves are categorized by somewhat self-conscious names such as S, Itch, and Uber Itch. I'm guessing these are, I'm guessing these are German, maybe, at the very least? Or in that general, category. They are huge and filled to the brim, limiting the line of sight. Air is damp and warm. Because the rooms are quite small, customers can pick up a book anywhere on the ground floor and allow themselves to drown in the pages while enjoying a quiet and private reading experience. Being entranced by what you're reading can definitely screw with your perception of time. Sitting there, watching rays of light shimmering through the window, occasionally broken up by the silhouette of a customer walking by. Light and darkness interrupted at an irregular interval while time slips away without anyone even noticing. What a great feeling. But yes, books. This is why I like going to bookstores. It's because as soon as I pick up a book, I can, I can just sit and read for a minute or two and be like, surprise, I can't even, perceive real life. I am so focused. But today there's no time to relax and enjoy the moment. That guy, he knows something, that's for sure. No matter how much I think about it, I can't remember ever telling him about the whole situation with Cecily. There are some strange, unfamiliar books among the ones he delivered. No one could guess what exactly they're about just by checking the title. Hermitage has always been a relatively safe place hidden away from prying eyes. Being able to hide someone in such a big city says a lot about the man's capabilities. He must know a lot of things. He helps me, but I've had my suspicions since the very beginning. He has his own agenda, no doubt about that. The classic case of too good to be true. There must be some reason as to why he decided to help me. Anyway, if I don't want any trouble, I should check out the books. Approach the bookshelf and place the newly read books in the most inconspicuous spot in a corner. Things are slowly starting to get back to normal. I should have a look at the first book he gave me. This is the store's most interesting section. Oh, it's in the bookshelf. I put the most important books in the bookcase. Seems to me that the new books are perfect for this section. Trail of Cthulhu. Ooh, Codex Seraphim, a local print of the Codex Seraphim, the author is unknown. A local print of the Codex Seraphim, the author is unknown. An encyclopedia with pictures and text that hasn't been translated. This book contains a large number of explanatory images, but the language is composed of unknown characters that vaguely resemble English and are unreadable. The only thing written in actual English is the title. One page is folded as if to draw attention to it. It shows two people in bed whose bodies are overlapping and bizarrely morphing into a crocodile. Someone used a pencil to add a footnote. Eli, Lama Bachani? Okay, Chronicles of the Crane Temple. An old thread-bound book the author claims to be a Taoist. Okay, an old thread-bound book. Author claims to be a Taoist. Paper is very old and the edges of the text are blurry, most likely because it was written by hand. The book is divided into two parts. The first part is about the rise and upkeeping of an old Taoist concept called crane view. A detailed description with historical examples is given. Okay. The second part is written in the form of an autobiography. A fanged demon called Scaled Great One with horrifying sharp claws is mentioned. Later on, the author succumbs to the madness surrounding him. The last half of the second part is chaotic and confusing, lacking any sort of coherence and logic. A lot of numbers are jumbled into net. The last sentence that makes any sense is, skies as well as the earth are dark and treacherous, an ancient mystery we mustn't look at. The Scaled Grey One looks right back at. Chronicles of the Crane Temple. Oh, okay. What follows is a chaotic sequence of numbers 1, 5, 5, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2. Okay. History of Cannibalism. Hardcover written by Hong Quinn. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but that's okay. That's okay, we'll roll with it. Judging from the obvious craftsmanship demonstrated in the making of this book, it's definitely rare and wasn't printed in a factory. The compilation of old historic folklore tales. The book records a large number of instances of cannibalism from ancient times up until the modern Republic of China. Most of it's based on hearsay, with very little actual evidence provided by the author. The book especially mentions that there's more than a dozen cannibal villages among the southern coast, but they were either disbanded or its inhabitants were killed in shipwrecks. Okay. Okay. We are on Ancient Prescriptions. The paperback, rebound in a white cover, featuring only the title of the book. Paperback, rebound in a white cover, featuring only the title of the book. There's a little bit of dirt on some of the pages, but there are no signs of wear and tear. It's apparent that the original owner meticulously maintained the book and kept it in great condition. Judging by the way of the writing, it's safe to assume the book was written during the time of the Republic of China. The book contains a large number of strange medicinal recipes that are supposed to make flesh from bone and raise the dead. Ancient texts further describe the applications of Chinese recipes, while foreign recipes were reinterpreted by the author in broken English. In a chapter called Spirit Fragmentation, the author mentions a recipe for a powder derived from a formula discovered by the famous Taoist Lao Tzu. Supposedly can move your soul, show you another path, and return years long lost to you. This powder doesn't appear only in China. Oh, Ancient Prescriptions. Okay. In China, the book states that it was spread by travelers from Southeast Asia and still exists today. Okay. Papyri Grache Magicae. Hardcover that has never been translated. The author is unknown. A hardcover that's been never translated. The author is unknown. The book seems unusual and is most likely from abroad. Written in English. Title roughly translates to Greek magical papyri. Texts included contain mostly excerpts related to the mysterious rituals and magic spells discovered in ancient Greek ruins. The author added illustrations and spells to those rituals to make them more accessible. Part of the book, called Aphrodite's Blessing of Luck and Love, includes several pieces of old parchment paper which describe in detail how a certain pattern needs to be painted on a stone tablet to complete the ritual. Okay, tome construction, reprinted in 2005. This book was carefully bound in thick paper. Reprinted in 2005, this book is bound in thick paper. This book uses the common specifications of domestic textbooks, and the table of contents indicates that it is a textbook for landscape architecture, focusing on the style, layout, and cultural background of mausoleum architecture around the world. However, deriving, where did I get that from? I have no idea. Deviating is the correct word here. Deviating from the table of contents, most parts of the book relate to a large mausoleum located in a place called the Land of Nine Evils. According to the book, Qingshilong Mausoleum belonged to the emperor named Qingshilong, but it does not include further references and information about the emperor's age, time, and... Now, I'm probably mispronouncing anything Chinese related because I struggle with it. I never really learned Chinese, so I don't have any I don't have a whole lot of idea on how things should be pronounced. I do know Japanese, but not like Chinese. Or like Mandarin or Cantonese. I don't know those. So it's like, I want to learn at some point, but it eludes me at the moment. The book uses the behavior of crustaceans as an analogy to the construction process of the mausoleum, and includes a list of all the different types of craftsmen at work. Okay. According to the book, the sky turned red, heavy rain flowed through the pitch black soil, and the mausoleum became a tomb. Okay. Call of Cthulhu. Let's read this. A kitten with tentacles is looking straight at the reader from the front of this hardcover, published in 2017. Okay. It's a real book for a role-playing game in which the player seems to be cats. The author dedicates a lot of chapters to the various characters inhabiting the game's world and things the players can do as a cat, and all the mysteries hidden in the cat world. Unlike other games of this kind, the author did away with a lot of more complex rule sets. Common systems such as dice rolling to determine the actions have been simplified, in this case being replaced by less complicated cat dice, an invention by the author to streamline the experience for casual players. Despite its casual appearance, the author has spared no effort and goes into great detail. This sounds like it would be, some sort of D&D game. But a very simplified D&D game. Many of the fictional old gods in this game are apparently imitating classic imagery, but have been changed into cat versions of former selves. One can't help but smile while playing this game. Yeah, it seems like it seems like it'll be a cute game, actually. Like a very cute game, if we can, get a hold of it. Apparently there's more to come and more things to be introduced in future chapters, but this one's already pretty good. Yes, it is. Okay, Wild Magic, a hardcover published in 2017. The horrific creature on the cover really is chilling. Yes, it also kind of feels like it'd be a Cthulhu monster of some variety. This book is for advanced investigators who have already read the trail of Cthulhu. It is devoted to magic, spells, and incantations associated with the Cthulhu myth. It covers all the knowledge that an inspiring magician must master. From cheap street parlor magic tricks all the way to occult rituals to summon various ancient gods, everything is included in the small book, making it a dangerous read. What makes this book particularly horrifying is the fact that it is told straight from the viewpoint of a magic practitioner living in a world based on the Cthulhu myth. You know, it's kind of cool to live in a world based on the Cthulhu myth. But it'd also be kind of terrifying. But it'd be worth the shot to try for like a day or two. Wow! Yes. Wow. Yes, that'd be very cool. That'd be very cool, honestly. Being exposed to all of this might drastically change how readers perceive the world around them. I got one more book here. Trail of Cthulhu, published in 2015. There's strange letters and illustrations on this cover. The hardcover. People known as investigators are willing to pay any price in the pursuit of our world's deepest and darkest hidden secrets. This book serves as an introductory manual secretly spread amongst these investigators. Okay. It describes the necessary skills that investigators need to have and the many dangers they will face, most of which are horrible and twisted enough to make them wish for a quick and merciful death. Oh. I know why, but this, like, the Trail of Cthulhu and the book next to it kind of remind me of, The Sinking City, where it's kind of, like, based off the Cthulhu myth and stuff, and also Call of Cthulhu, that too. It describes the necessary skill. Oh, I already read that one. The historical setting of the book is the United States in the 1930s. The knowledge contained in here is enough to shake up how you view the world, seeing as how it lays open the dark hidden truths behind our history. Okay. In addition, the book also covers many aspects of Cthulhu mythology, including the introduction of deities, creatures, magic spells, and ancient scriptures, all of which are described in vivid detail. Okay, that's really... I can't help but sigh. Pains me to admit it, but this is the most progress I've made in the last 2 days. It irritates me that it took someone else's help to get to this point. My eyes are strained from focusing so hard in such bad lighting conditions. I place the books in a column marked, "Not for sale, borrowing only." That man is impossible to analyze. I should really handle things carefully until I know more about what his intentions are. Uh-oh. Okay, I didn't get any new books since. Wait, hold on. I think I got all of them. Okay, so thoughts. Let's see. I should quit smoking or my brain cells will die soon. Must have come prepared. In just 2 days, the amount of overlapping coincidence has increased so much that I can no longer ignore it. There's a lot of dangerous information in those books that can't be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. How ignorant do you have to be to just hand them over? What's his goal? Now isn't the time to dwell on it too much. I should accept things for what they are at the moment. Case files. Okay. Okay, so, can I, like, fill it in yet? Okay, I don't think I have enough to, I don't think I have enough to fill both, to fill all of it. I don't have enough to fill, these two, but you know, that's okay. Let's see. Let's finish work, I guess. Cause I got no other... It's definitely nighttime, alright. Before I can settle into the chair, the phone in my pocket starts ringing. Okay. Phoenix High absolutely has a problem. I went to their management to check the records. It's pure chaos, just mounds upon mounds of paper. In addition, the Young Artists Association has submitted several requests to the Department of Education. There have been 17 requests in March alone. It must be something really important. That's way too much correspondence for some regular topic. Do you have any more details? Not at the moment, no. I'll have to, I have a look at the list files later. Also, I'm meeting up with some old friends in the department. It's more convenient to go through the filing cabinets at night. That method sounds unofficial. So you've got a better idea? Nah, I give up your way it is. Okay. You owe me a favor. Of course, anything you need. Okay, leave it. Let's leave it at it then. Let's leave it at that then. Oh, that took me forever to figure out. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about the other thing tomorrow morning if you have the time. You mean the files? Yeah, I'll update you on what I can find and we can figure out the rest then. What's the hurry? Apparently hurry. You can't, go out anyway, so you'll be my advisor. No problem, I'll have a look at everything tomorrow morning. Okay, talk to you then. Okay, goodbye! The president of the Elite Art Club is right. Phoenix High School isn't as perfect as its long-standing reputation makes it out to be. According to Scarlett, there were some incidents at the beginning of the year that attracted the attention of the Department of Education. They even prompted calls for disciplinary action. Even the Young Artists Association is involved in this, so could the bad atmosphere at Cecily's art club be related to this? Does what she saw actually have something to do with these incidents? Since we made an appointment to meet up tomorrow, I shouldn't stay up too late. Something about that guy doesn't seem right. If it were anybody else, I could talk myself into thinking it was a coincidence. But every move this guy in the trench coat makes seems suspicious. Very suspicious, I tell you what. It is very, very suspicious. All the suspicious. Next time he comes to the store, maybe I should try making a joke or something. It's easier to seem passive and pretend not to suspect anything now. I should accept his good intentions for now and see what happens. Okay, so internet. Let's look at the internet. How are things at Phoenix High School? Main focus of the discussion strikes me as strange. However, at least it confirms that the school is far from perfect. I saw a news section about bullying yesterday and grew a little concerned. My relative's daughter studies at Phoenix High School. We used to be quite close, but she's kind of stopped talking to me over the last 2 years. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that she spends most of her time in school and we have fewer opportunities to see each other. Do you have any friends or family who are familiar with this kind of situation? Every now and then, I feel like something might have happened, and I'm a little worried. Private school? I hear it's a pretty common occurrence there. I'm not one of you big city people, but I've heard of that school before. It's pretty famous. If there really was a problem like that, wouldn't it have come up a long time ago? Anyway, what do you have to do with the relative's daughter? Picking up the phone. Suspicion. Report it. Answer to the second comment. I live pretty close to Phoenix High School, and I often see students heading out to go shopping after school or getting picked up on weekends. They're always looking down their noses at their phone. They're always looking down their noses at other people, like they're better than anyone else. Money breeds arrogance. Meme.jpg. Yes. Quite bad, actually. There have been reports of students beating up other students for the last 2 years. It's just that the parents usually don't want to make a big fuss about it. So deal with it quietly. It's becoming more and more common these days for high achievers to develop psychological issues. Being stressed out like that really isn't a joke. Answer to the fourth comment. I think Juliet means that she's like a sister. Suarez. Okay. Exit. Okay. The chime of the original. What's the original chime of the clock tower? Okay. You know what? Someone's been paying attention to history class, yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see, case files. I don't have enough clues I don't have the correct clues for the ones I'm looking for. Zoom in. Scarlet. Oh, sanity status. Okay. This is Scarlett. She's 30, female, master's degree lawyer. Jiangzhou. Sanity status is 0. Chief legal. Okay. The nightmare. Let's skip. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, this is back then. Okay. Let's see. Club members. It won't let me select the club members, but you know that's fine. Let's see if I can watch TV. There's an animal documentary on the Discovery Channel. This episode is about killer whales. Much of the program's materials comprise of research collected on killer whales by scientists from all over the world. There's a lot of interesting information regarding their social interaction with each other. Really good show. Yes, it is. Okay, end day. We're gonna keep going here. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. The drowsiness finally fades away, and the girl takes a slow, deep breath as she... Oh, yes. Oh, no. Right? Agreed. Oh, no. We are, definitely gonna see what's going on here. Guy thinks he's safe from the hacker because he didn't give them... Wait, really? Oh, no. What? What? No. I don't think that's how this works. I don't think that's how this is supposed to work. Guy fails to realize hacker is hacking and doesn't need perms edit his CS. Oh. No. He is definitely delusional in that situation. I don't think he realizes he's kinda screwed. No. No. This isn't good at all. Wow. Is it like later? Like, is it a tweet later on in that? I hope. You'll laugh when his yellow hell of SCS is deleted from the universe. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Because, you know, that is unfortunate that someone is deleting CS of other people, and I'm just like, no thank you. I am glad I haven't set up mines yet, because I have not been playing PSO2 as much. I should be playing some more, but I don't got as much time anymore, because I'm doing like all my schoolwork stuff. So I've been kind of testing out days where I need to stream and stuff. So hopefully we'll figure one out. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Feeling of being back on solid ground weighs heavy in her stomach, but the girl is able to hide it for now. Are you sure we're doing this right? Small frame leans against a wall for balance, and she still seems a little confused. She struggles to control her expression and makes herself look a little more determined. It's hard for you too, even just wanting to catch some fresh air at the school comes at a cost. At least the incense gives you some peace of mind, she thinks, but she can't say it out loud. You look out for me. I'm used to pranks and I don't want a close friend like you to suffer. If you continue to put up with it, they'll just keep on doing it. I'm worried about you. If you don't hold on until next year, it will all be for nothing. Is the competition really that important? There's no use in making noise and attracting attention now, is there? We need absolute proof, and until we have it, we just have to stay put. I know, but I'm still a little... Besides, I want to spend more time with you. Those words make both of their faces flush a little. Speaking of which, your birthday is coming up soon, right? Finally, one of them breaks the silence. The light is dim and she can't make out more than a faint glow. Yeah, that's right. A bright smile breaks the awkward tension in the... Sorry I didn't prepare anything for your birthday, but that's not your fault. I didn't even tell you when my birthday was. Surprise! She has a birthday. Anyway, I hope you're looking forward to your birthday present. Surprise? She immediately starts wondering about what it could possibly be. About that, if I ask you a question, will you answer truthfully? Sure, what is it? It's really simple. She stands up and approaches her, looking straight in her eyes. Are you really doing all this for my sake? Huh? Girl turns around and hugs herself. Even outside the hallucination, that spark between the eyes is a mystery she has never quite managed to understand. Okay. Walking the same path has turned it into somewhat of a shared obsession buried deep within. The last glimpse made her shiver. It's like dancing on the tip of a knife. Oh, okay. That sounds like a plan. It's getting toasty in my room. Let me take off my jacket. It's hot. It's been kind of like warm recently in the last few days. But I'm kind of waiting for the cold to start coming in, despite the fact that I don't like cold as much, but I also hate the heat more. Which is why I want something much more temperate, because I don't like heat, but I also don't like cold. So, yes, it's very unfortunate, because I don't like either. I didn't have to wait long for Scarlet. I had a little too much to drink last night. Oh, that's a you problem, I guess, Scarlet. She crawls into the store with a wary expression as if she were close to death. Whoa there, looks like you were hogging all the bottles and didn't leave anything for your drinking buddies. As she comes closer, I catch a whiff of makeup. Clearly. Staying up late is excusable, but I don't think it makes sense that she used that much makeup to cover the bags under her eyes. Seeing my expression, Scarlet leans grumpily across a bookcase. I spend my days and nights drowning in wine while putting on a fake smile, all to gather small tidbits of information from the people in charge. And this is the thanks I get. I rub my nose, embarrassed. As always, you can be counted on in such a critical moment. She gives me a satisfied, victorious smirk, like a child who has the upper hand in an argument. It doesn't look like she's going to change her habits anytime soon. Conversations. So what did you find out yesterday? It's kind of difficult. As I mentioned yesterday, the Department of Education, the Association of Young Artists, and Phoenix High School communicated a lot last semester. The correspondence between them has been unusually frequent. Generally speaking, the school itself can initiate administrative penalty sanctions against a student. The administrative bodies outside the school do not usually interfere as long as everything is in line with the school's rules and regulations. Superiors getting involved in this process is somewhat of a taboo, as it would imply that the school is doing something wrong. Okay, but this time's different? Yes, in this case, sanctions were withdrawn multiple times. I can't help but swallow, even though my mouth is as dry as a desert. I don't think I would ever want to live in a desert, but I am 100% probably gonna give it a go. And the initiator of the situation wasn't even Phoenix High School, it was just a substitute. Is that even allowed? The school has to follow certain rules and regulations after all. That's exactly the point. Oh, that's the problem. She takes out a stack of paper that appears to be confidential documents. They have various headlines, but the words withdrawal and notification appear often and stick out like a sore thumb. March, the Young Artists Association repeatedly asks authorities to monitor Phoenix High School and take disciplinary action against the students, but they always withdrew their request. The constant back and forth, they withdraw the request, then make a new recommendation. So, a classic delaying tactic. Yes, the Young Artists Association keeps pressuring Phoenix High School to take disciplinary action, but is being hindered by bureaucratic obstacles. I can't say bureaucratic very well. It's kind of funny, but I try. It isn't the only association. Many other local schools, universities, and institutions are involved as well, which makes it so hard to fathom. Yes. So it's public outrage. It'd be hard for anyone to stand their ground with a spectacle like this. Then again, the whole situation says a lot. Two things in particular seem strange to me. What could the students at Phoenix High have done to get everyone so riled up? Scarlett doesn't seem surprised. It's a very obvious question. She rubs her forehead and starts explaining the situation. Okay. Let's see. Where does this go? The Young Artists Association focuses on industry exchanges. They are mainly active in nearby provinces and usually aren't in contact with regular universities. If they do get in contact, it's because of the annual competition. The one that caused so much controversy last year? Seems like you've done your homework. You're right. It was a pretty big thing last year. A watercolor piece called Blossoms made first place in the painting category, but it turns out that the artist Lily actually took credit for someone else's work. What? Well, this Lily definitely blossomed into a con artist. Yes. Yes. Definitely definitely worth the punch. You mean she put her own name on someone else's work and submitted it? That reminds me of saying I once heard borrowed flowers wither fast. If the piece hadn't won the competition, it wouldn't have caused that much of a scandal. But instead, it was exactly the type of manumission. Manumission. Definitely, it should be ammunition, but it's ammunition. It's exactly the type of ammunition certain parties needed to apply pressure to the school and make demands. The other participating schools were just as eager to win and wouldn't let something like that slide. Scarlett nods. Although it's unclear how the lie was uncovered in the first place, these documents show that there was a strong desire for disciplinary action. Giving them more than enough reason to demand a rerun of the competition. Actually, that seems to be the goal. People love to hand out punishments as long as they're not on the receiving end. The organizers, as well as the participants, are applying pressure, so it looks like it's a done deal. The disciplinary action was eventually revoked, but they reevaluated the award. It was impossible for Phoenix High to maintain its ranking. That sounds plausible. Sure, we'll 100% go with it. Okay? So, Lily is a member of the art club? That's right. She was the club president before Eloise took over her position. Oh, so that could be related to why Eloise suddenly took it up this year instead of last time. I see. If the club president gets into trouble like that, it reflects badly on the other students. That must have led to a lot of tension between them. Probably. Yukai Cup cheating scam. Probably. A roof won't hold if the foundation is crumbling after. With the last student representative involved in such a scandal, it's becoming increasingly important to find out what exactly has been going on behind the scenes of that art club. You're absolutely right, which is why I'll be going straight to Phoenix High School this afternoon. What? I should consume less cigarettes. Luckily enough, I'm not one of those bookstore owners who have a habit of drinking a lot of tea, or else I would have spat it out in a geyser just now. Isn't that a little too drastic? How would someone her age blend into a school? I can see Scarlett shooting me a small glove from behind her glasses. I'm a talented enough actor to play the role of a mother. This is the first time I've seen someone being so proud of their age like that. Yep. I can try and help, but I can't guarantee the outcome. What makes you think I need help? I've got this. Helps me push back a big hardcover book that was about to squeeze its way out of the bookshelf. While I was doing your research yesterday, I decided that I just had to check this whole thing out for myself. This is something big, isn't it? That a simple matter of fraud could have so many twists and turns. It's important to get to the bottom of it, and uncover what the school is hiding. Okay. That seems to be Scarlet's main goal. Absolutely. We will figure this out, hopefully. You should be fine with your amazing acting skills, but what's the catch? Might not be able to tell from the outside of that school, but I have a hard time dealing with their administration. So I did some digging online and managed to find a lead on a couple of social media platforms. All you have to do is look for a verified account with the real name, authentication, and check the list of users who follow it. It's really simple. Okay. Sure, I guess. I have a hard time following what she's saying. Anyway, here's how we should proceed. Okay. I did not get any new books. Thoughts. Okay. No wonder Cecily felt such a strange atmosphere within the art club. Regardless of whoever's responsible, the club has lost the championship due to internal conflict. It's no wonder that the club members feel furious towards each other. I did not read all of that. I just kind of pressed the button and went. But you know, that's okay. So, could this be the cause of Eloise's injury? As a direct result, Eloise took over the position of student representative from Lily. Did she gain power after the conflict, or did she become a replacement simply because someone had to take the fall? Either way, it's highly likely that she's involved somehow. Scarlet has made her opinion clear. Okay. I don't think I got all of them yet. I did not. I did not get all of them yet. To do one of them. But that's okay. Next stage. I am going to be right back real quick. I do have to go to the bathroom. So we will take a pause. We're gonna take a pause. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I will be right back, okay? Make sure you guys take a quick break, use the bathroom, grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever. I will be right back, okay? And then we will continue on here shortly, okay? Alright, sorry about that. I just had to really use the bathroom. Okay, so let us return to streaming here. I did grab a snack, as in I moved my snack back to, reasonable things. So we're gonna continue on to the next stage here. It didn't take Scarlet much effort to get into the school. Working at a public institution taught Scarlet just how fragile the barriers actually are and how easily they can be overcome. Overcome. Whereas in TV dramas, it's the system itself that is the obstacle, the best approach is to trick the people in charge of upholding the barriers. Real life is a lot less action-packed than the TV dramas, and the key is to not draw unnecessary attention. Okay. Don't mind me just munching away. Guys probably couldn't hear me munching, but I was munching. The plan is very simple and old school. Pretend to be a parent and make up a student's name on the fly. Checking in at the front gate is the first hurdle that has to be overcome when entering the school. Visitors have to register so they can easily be contacted should any problems arise. Two things are checked, the visitor's identity and the reason for a visit. This is done in hopes of avoiding problems in the first place, instead of having to do damage control afterward. Scarlet forthcomingly shows the guard at the door her ID and jots down her phone number. Her behavior makes the doorman feel at ease and not suspect anything. Sure, there are a lot of rules in place, but nobody follows all of them to the letter. It's easy to take advantage of that. Scarlet experienced that time and time again over the course of her professional career. So long as the small hurdle is like second nature, so taking the small hurdles like second nature to her. Wow, this place is huge. Along the way, she has a look at the dormitories and classroom buildings. It's so bizarre to see how much money parents are willing to invest in their child's education. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but they're not doing it for the sake of the kids' futures, but for the social prestige that comes with being associated with a school like this. The club building is furthest from the school gate. Red tiles cover its exterior. The art club is in the second floor, and it occupies a large classroom at the middle of the corridor. Scarlet chose this particular time because most social events and activities are scheduled in the afternoon. Only 2 students are in the classroom. Luckily, Scarlet made preparations the day before, or else the classroom would have been completely empty and she would have returned from this investigation empty-handed. I'm in position, ready to go. Don't you dare leave me hanging here. She's directly connected to the store manager, who's far away in another corner of the city. These types of technological advancements have made investigations so much easier than they used to be back in the day. After sending the message, Scarlet uses her phone as an improvised mirror to check her reflection. Slightly dark circles under the eyes, not quite perfect, just the way she wanted it. Everything's ready. Hello there, I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. The 2 students look startled and quickly put away their tools. Although it's unclear what they were planning to do with the screwdriver that was lying on the edge of the desk just a moment ago, Scarlet pretends that she didn't see anything. Are you the person I spoke to yesterday, miss? Yes, indeed. I was worried you two wouldn't take this seriously. No, of course we do. Are you kidding? If the association is doing a follow-up investigation, we'll cooperate. And, we didn't tell the teachers just as you asked. This, stays between us? Despite the final sanction being withdrawn, Phoenix High School received a stern warning by the Young Artists Association. Pretending to be an employee at the association, Scarlet secretly contacted 2 students from the art club to question them in person. Might cause some suspicion later on, but at least for now, her cover seems to be holding up. Scarlet is immersed in her role, intent on maintaining her fake identity. I will inform your school again after the investigation is complete. Don't worry. Okay. Well, the competition. The long-haired girl seems a little anxious, and her classmate quietly pulls on her sleeve. Needlessly, your help is much appreciated. I owe you a favor. Scarlet notices both of the girls' eyes slash at them. Time to break the ice to loosen these two up a little. You see, I have a daughter. She wants to transfer to Phoenix High School. Phoenix High 2. She really likes to draw, so she expressed a lot of interest in the community activities here. Came here today to talk to you about the situation and to find out more about this art club my daughter keeps talking about. Are there any activities scheduled for today? Maybe I can sneak a peek? Sure, but they're in the afternoon. Oh gosh, that's too bad. My migraine always flares up in the afternoon. Most activities are scheduled for the afternoon, lady. That's how it works. Lady? Man, I'm really enjoying the skyflakes. Yes, I have been snacking on these skyflakes, and I regret nothing. Scarlet keeps herself from raising her eyebrows at this. She maintains her composure and steers the conversation back in the right direction. I see. Too bad. I would have liked to have seen it for myself. Anyway, let's get back to the point then, shall we? Scarlet takes out her phone and pretends to open the Notepad app. Let's see, there are a few things I'd like to know. Oh, it's finally starting. By now, Scarlet is probably in the student she's established contact with. This could lead to a world of trouble afterwards, but hey, drastic time-drastic measures. Her hidden earpiece hasn't been discovered yet. Looks like everything's going according to plan for now. Alright, here we go. What should we ask them? Should I? Ask, I think I can, how many events do you organize per week? There are 2 activity sessions per week, both of them in the afternoon. However, our studios are open and free to use until school ends. Someone happens to have a free pair, they can just drop by and use this classroom as long as they clean up after them. Okay. So much freedom. Seems like Mr. Tran really trusts you. Scarlet sneaks in the teacher's name to further establish her credibility. She seems to be on the right track. That being said, students rarely take advantage of that. After all, everyone has classes in the mornings, and in the afternoon, there are only a few. Not too many students stick around. So how are things going? You'll probably start preparing for this year's competition by now? Oh, we're taking things a little slow. It's pretty relaxed. We are still students after all. The teacher doesn't pressure us too much. We're just practicing our skills, the usual stuff. Subject matter still is all up to us too. We can draw whatever we want. Students' shallow words are most likely supposed to reinforce an image of a relaxed, free atmosphere within the art club. However, one look at the excessive amount of canvas and turpentine lying around is enough to see through the charade. I know it seems strange for someone in my position to be saying this, but even with all of last year's problems, our association still has high hopes for your school this year. It's okay. You're just doing your job, right? Teacher doesn't take the initiative when it comes to taking care of us, but whenever we seek advice, he's always there. Don't worry, we'll learn for sure this year. Confidence seems fake. If anything, they both seem indifferent when it comes to the competition. Students' words sound like those of a winner, even though there's a clear lack of motivation. Scarlet tries not to let these distractions get to her. Well then, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, okay. Ask about change in the club over the past 6 months. Come to think of it, some club members have graduated since last year and you have a new representative now, right? That's right. I hear there's been a lot going on. Really? There are a lot of rumors going on concerning the change of representatives, but things haven't been quiet since then. We're lucky to have found a new representative so quickly. We're going to take our chances here. We're going to take our chance this year to try and win for real this time. That's good to hear. Were any additional measures taken? I'm sure there's a lot of pressure on your school to make sure things run smoothly this time. I don't know if I'd really describe them as measures. That's questionable. That's very sus. What are you referring to? I'm talking about the membership requirements, admission criteria, you know? Although I'm not sure if that was what you wanted to know. Sure, tell me more. Well, it's not a big thing, really. The school has been trying to keep the clubs active for a long time now. Starting the semester, many clubs no longer have assessment tests as a requirement to join up. As long as those students want to participate, the clubs are obliged to accept their application. Oh, that's kind of sus. Everyone was really busy at the time of the year, at the beginning of the year, and when the time came, this term's recruitment period was already over, meaning our club wasn't really affected by the change. There was only one exception. A transfer student who was accepted immediately after handing in her application. Oh, that's suspicious. That is very suspicious. Teachers are probably patting themselves on the back for finding such a good role model. Hey, watch it. What's wrong with the transfer student? Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. The whole situation just had everyone a little anxious and uncomfortable at the start of term. Sounds like you don't have it easy. Such a decision should have been a community vote, but maybe I'm just being a little idealistic. It's respectable that you still think that way even after dealing with the schools in our city for such a long time. Well, the longer you're in the business, the more you just want to do things, you want things to go smoothly. That would save me trips like this in the future. If I have had choice, I would have stayed at home on my couch watching TV. And that would be ideal. I wish I could earn money just by watching TV. It's simply watching TV. Girl smiled at Scarlet. Her casual tone seems to resonate with them. About the club members. I have to ask this, but how are the relations within the club? How's everyone getting along? After all, with everything that happened last semester must be tough, right? We're doing very well. It doesn't affect it. Oh. Girl's eyes are blinking rapidly, unconsciously wandering off to the corner of the classroom. Scarlet doesn't know what they're hiding, but their statement just now sounds insincere. Very insincere. I agree, very insincere indeed. The other girl picks up the conversation again. Yeah, we even hold small competitions here and there. It's fun. I doubt it. She points to a corner of the studio where a number of paintings are displayed. They show how high the level of talent is around here. Many different styles and techniques were applied to these paintings. They can easily keep up with the works of many grown-up artists today. Oh, that's impressive. Oh. Scarlet's attention is focused on one painting in particular. Even among the many other impressive pieces, this one stands out. The whole picture is filled with clouds of flame that burn towards the top of the frame. The scorched earth conveys a feeling of gloom, but a single flower can be seen. Although it looks completely out of place, its radiant beauty overshadows everything else. The eye is automatically drawn to it. The earth spreads out like an ocean beneath the flower. The ink on the paper wasn't exactly applied neatly, but the delicate composition of it all turns it into a breathtaking piece of art. Just looking at the painting, Scarlet actually feels like she's on top of a mountain overlooking the sprawling landscape below her. There's so much to take in. The word blossoms is written in the corner of the canvas. She immediately recognizes his name, having seen it in dozens of documents already. The painting that won last year's competition, the root of all the controversy. We didn't know until after the competition was over that the president has been preparing this painting last year. That caught Scarlet's attention. The two of them would continue to refer to the former student representative as the president in front of an association member. Not after everything that happened. Plus, the store manager mentioned that the current representative, Eloise, is the main cause of Cecily's concern. Okay. This is the first time I'm seeing it, to be honest. Is this the level of quality your students, quality students your age deliver nowadays? It's something really special. To tell you the truth, we were startled when we first saw it. It's hard to fathom. I never even heard of this painting technique. Not really an expert, but this painting is on a professional level, right? Oh, what's this? The left corner of the painting has been ripped. Although it's been glued back together, it's still noticeable if you pay close enough attention. Oh, there was an accident when we were hanging it up. We mended it, so just be careful not to touch it. So that's what happened. Ooh, color painting bloom. So that's what happened. That's too bad. Your new representative must be quite popular, right? It's an important position for after. Her? Yeah, she's totally awesome. I admire her so much. Absolutely. Think about it. Talent like that is really rare, isn't it? Their lies couldn't be any more obvious. Clearly, they are lying. It was in this moment that she realized they were lying. They are trying to cover something up. The girl with the short hair hesitates after every word. Scarlet bites her tongue. You can't be sure whether the two really respect their president, but the use of superlatives like that make it obvious they don't mean what they're saying. It's not heartfelt. The president did distance herself while she was preparing the painting. That was a little scary, to be honest. Sure. I just think that's kind of suspicious. Let's be real. But it's much better now. She's just overly focused sometimes. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't want anyone disturbing me while I'm doing my homework either. I mean, that is a wish I could have. But I have a cat and a roommate. So sometimes my homework does get distracted. What an embarrassing performance. It's painfully clear how uncomfortable they are talking about this topic. People who live in their own little world can often seem distant like that. That's probably why many geniuses are so withdrawn. I know people like that too. You shouldn't take it all too seriously. Scarlet takes some mental notes and the conversation comes to an end. Ask about Lily's whereabouts. How is your classmate Lily? Have you heard from her? It should be fairly obvious, but Lily's entry in the composition was a pretty dark moment in Phoenix High's history. What is there? Oh shoot! I skipped. Okay, script. I'm gonna keep going. Sometimes you can't. Let's try to push for some answers. Sometimes you can't hold back. High risk, high reward. The girls exchange a strange look. Now, I don't mean anything by it, but it seems as if you're a little reluctant to talk about her. I just want to understand the situation a little better. That way I can judge if the association's way of handling your school was appropriate. We don't really know much about the specific circumstances. She stopped coming to the club during midterms last semester. I think she said something about preparing for exams at home. I remember that. That was probably her only option after the whole fiasco. Oh, that's unfortunate. After being exposed as a cheat, she couldn't just stay in the club as if nothing had happened. Her family probably came up with some excuse to switch to homeschooling. You think so? Her family has a lot of influence, I'm sure of it. If we ever asked for something like that, the school would refuse it in a heartbeat. Oh, okay. The long-haired student unconsciously touches her neck, which is a typical nervous gesture when people lie. Oh. The other student seemed more sincere, never shying away from eye contact with Scarlet. So, that's what happened. Looks like Lily has left the school, but things aren't as simple as these two are making them out to be. Scarlet takes mental notes of what was said. Okay. Scarlet asks the students about some irrelevant questions as well to seem more believable. She is so good at playing her role that for a second she actually believes she's working for the association and fully embraces her. The two students don't suspect a thing, and after this long conversation, they part ways. A familiar voice issues from the small phone that she's carrying in her pocket. Done. I think that's it for today. Well done. Looks like you still got it. I hadn't expected that. Well, unlike a certain someone, I actually leave the house every once in a while, meaning I'm perfectly capable of handling social interactions. I mean, I wish that were me, where I don't have to leave the apartment for long periods of time. because yeah, no. There are a lot of times where I'm just like, I don't even want to leave. Anyway, did you at least get something interesting out of it after having me do all this work? Oh yes, most definitely. Quite interesting, strange even. You mean their attitude towards the former student representative? More than that. Lily leaving the school raises questions in itself. Do you think those two can be trusted? Yes, their eyes didn't lie. It's obvious that they're hiding something, but the things they did talk about were true. Scarlet sounds hesitant. What's bothering you so much? Why do you think it's wrong? It's the timing of when Lily left the school. Really? We really don't know much about the specifics. She stopped coming. Oh, okay. They try to recall the information Cecily provided. Every February, the Yukai Cup. Yes, the Yukai Cup starts at the beginning of the semester. Everyone's in full-on working mode and wants to win. Do you remember the dates on the document from the Department of Education? They were all somewhere between March and April. Scarlet replies quickly, which shows that she's keeping up. Generally, midterm exams are concluded about 2 months after the start of the school year, from the end of April to the beginning of May. And all requests were viewed over a month ago, which suggests they've received a reply by then. Leaving aside the fact that all disciplinary actions from the Young Artists Association were eventually withdrawn, even if they did produce any results, there should have been a response before midterm. Copying someone else's work only to suddenly drop everything a month later seems strange. Things aren't as simple as they seem. Ooh, the Yukai. Oh, okay. More stuff. Yeah, something seems foul here. School seems less and less like the image it's trying to uphold. Unrealistic expectations and a yearning for prestige and recognition. But Phoenix High School isn't all it's hyped up to be. We've stumbled upon something big, that's for sure, but shouldn't we focus on the whole thing with Cecily first? Of course, which is why we need all of this information. Cecily has been struggling with that vision of Eloise. At this point, we probably know more about it all than she does. That's one of the unique advantages of being an outsider. We already know that Cecily has visions of past events when she's under the influence of insect. Meaning, Eloise lying on the ground in a pool of blood is something that has already happened. Cecily wants to know the circumstance of this incident, and now we've found something that may be connected to Eloise. Further, details are coming to light, and everything seems to be connected somehow. That should help us find out whatever tragedy that it was that befell Eloise. Okay. At least we have something to work with. Now, we got lucky. It's hard to do something if you don't believe in it. But in this case, we know something's wrong. From what we know so far, the art competition was the biggest incident that kicked off everything. The two student representatives must have had a lot of contact in the piece. In the past. Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe there's something else we can dig up. Speaking of which, I have an idea. One of the two students I met today seems to be using the same idea online all the time. Couldn't hurt to scoop around a little. Sounds like something we can work with. I'm afraid that's it for today. I really have to head back to the office, or the boss will have my head. I'll send you the idea later. I need to find a way out of the school first. A little while back, blogs and online diaries are very popular. That changed quite rapidly ever since social media sites started spreading like wildfire. If those students really are hiding something, they might slip up and leave some kind of trail on social media. For me, it's a good thing. I can do huge chunks of my work without leaving the confines of my cozy abode. There are no computers on the ground floor, and I'm not really in a hurry. Needing my neck and shoulders, which are stiff from holding my phone, I resume the organization of my books. Okay. Even with the current situation and Cecily's problems, the world keeps on turning relentlessly. The tales from the Vienna woods can be heard faintly from across the street. The guy who owns the tobacco and liquor store seems to be a man of music taste. I really assumed Cecily would have stopped by the store by now, but then again, Phoenix High School is quite far away. Still nothing. I better send her a message tonight to find out what's going on, just to be on the safe side. Other than that, it's a typical Wednesday, although I've only seen a few people around. A mother and son, two middle-aged men, a young guy with a healthy interest in the French Revolution. Is today actually a public holiday or something? The whole concept has been long lost to me. In any case, the day is coming to an end and there isn't much point in staying open. Call it a day. After letting a big yawn, I grab a few books and begin my nightly routine. Sorry to bother you. It's a girl with long hair. Someone's standing in the doorway. I freeze. It's the girl who was taking pictures of the store from the other side of the street last night. I've never been the type to believe in coincidences. Conversations. I did not get any new book. There is complete silence. She doesn't waste time and walks straight towards the desk. She's well-mannered, keeping her feet from making too much noise on the quartz floor. Her demeanor is calm, but she gives off a mysterious aura. It's as if even the light can only go around her. Not her clothes. She's meticulously dressed in a slightly faded but very tidy school uniform. Nor is it because of her appearance. She has good posture and maintains a polite, albeit small smile. Something about her immediately grabs my attention. Welcome? Welcome? Yes, hello and welcome. Most of the books here are ready to buy. We don't have any stocks in the back, so just bring the ones you're interested in straight to the counter. She walks up to me while I'm still speaking. She confidently looks me in the eye, her long hair floating behind her like a curtain. Well, I'm looking for a book. Yes, of course. What kind of book are you looking for? Is it okay if I only have the title? What's the name of the book? Trail, of the Missing Fish. I have a hard time playing it cool and break out in a cold sweat. I've heard you carry many books that are quite unique and cannot be found anywhere else. That's true, it's a shame really. Your timing is unfortunate. It was acquired by someone else just recently. This girl smiles calmly. I see. This mystery is easy enough to solve. She moves a little closer, calmly, as if to signal that everything is under control. Your time must be precious, so please allow me to ask you directly. Did a girl named Cecily get it? Try to keep my expression as neutral as possible. It wouldn't be wise to lie. That she mentioned Cecily's name must mean that she knows something. I don't know how much she knows and what Cecily told her. Cecily still hasn't called. I should play it safe. Since she knows about Cecily's visit to the store and about the book she borrowed, this girl must be closer in some way. Her faded Phoenix High School uniform makes it apparent that she's not a nuisance here. She must know something about Cecily's situation, or she wouldn't have chosen this moment to show up. But this isn't the time for me to lay out all of my cards on the table. Well, as you can see, this place is rather small and messy. Still, Hermitage values each and every one of its customers. I deliberately put on a more serious face. I'm afraid I cannot discuss my customers' private matters, especially with the guest whose name I don't know. The girl looked surprised, as if she wasn't prepared for such a direct statement. I'm Eloise, Cecily's friend. I'm also the president of the art club she's in. Oh, so this is Cecily. This is Cecily's friend, Eloise. I'm sorry, I was so focused on this one thing that I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm sorry. My apologies. She bows slightly and hands me her student card. She's doing this to remove any doubts about her identity. Very polite, very thoughtful, a response I wouldn't have expected from a student. A bit too much, maybe. Eloise, is it? One introduction. Might as well bait her into answering some questions. I'd like to find out more about her. Cecily mentions her so frequently that my interest has piqued. Not only that, but she plays an important role in Cecily's hallucinations. and is somehow connected to it all. Cecily is somewhat of a regular customer, and I sometimes talk about school with her. Sorry for being so suspicious. I just take privacy very seriously. I didn't mean to be rude. Eloise looks relieved, and the tension fades away. No worries, I think valuing privacy is a respectable trait. To answer your question, yes, Cecily did purchase a trail of the missing fish. Here. Okay. I didn't pay it a second thought because she always showed an interest in folklore. Why is that book so special to you? Is there something wrong? Problem is in the book itself. Eloise looks troubled. Actually, something wrong with Cecily. We used to meet after class a lot, practice a little here and there. And art practice? Our school is very strict and the standards there are very high. She loves to paint, and I wouldn't want her to miss any opportunities. I support her. That's very noble of you. You must take your position seriously. In the beginning, Cecily was always so enthusiastic about practice. Actually, she's often approached me to plan meetings in advance. But lately, it's almost as if she's been hiding from me. I asked her if there was something on her mind, something weighing her down, but she won't answer me. Bows her head and seems lost. Our school's public image is a very prestigious one, so much so that many of our students are very proud. Cecily transferred to the school just recently. I'm worried that something or someone might be bothering her, and she's too afraid to say it. Eloise pulls on one of her cuffs, and gives me an apprehensive look. So I'm not proud of it, but I've been tracing her steps after school to see if she needed help with anything. That's a very fancy way of saying that you're stalking someone. Yes, I agree. That is a very fancy way of saying you're stalking someone. I'm not sure how to tell how well you guys know each other, but don't you think following someone around after school is a bit extreme? Yeah, I think so. I know it's wrong, but I didn't know what else to do. Please don't tell Cecily about this, please. She bows her head again. This really seems to be getting to her. Of course, clearly it's really getting to her. She bows her head again. Yeah, I already said that. She kept talking in a calm and friendly manner. Don't worry about it. So what's your plan? Are you going to go door to door to find out where she's been? Actually, this store is basically the only place she ever visits. Oh, convenient. Very, very convenient. That's what made me think that maybe you know something. Now Eloise is the one trying to ask questions. Well, how should I put this? I put out my cigarette and take a deep breath. The two girls really do seem to be quite close. It's my golden opportunity to find out more and finally get the answers I've been looking for. I should slip into a certain role. When two people don't really know much about each other, it's easy to pretend to be someone else. I'm confident that there's a lot I can find out if I play this right. There should be a way without her having to say anything. I need to find the right moment to take a closer look at Eloise. When it comes to analyzing behavioral patterns, choosing the right approach is essential. I might not get a better chance than this, so I mustn't miss it. Still, asking out of the blue won't be smart. I need to plan this carefully. Since you've been so honest with me, I think I can trust you. Cecily has her reasons for coming to me. I get up ready to share my secrets with Eloise. Truth be told, before taking over this bookstore, I spent most of my life in the fields of clinical psychotherapy. Oh? Unfortunately, I no longer have my license. When I was young, I had a dispute with some of the older gentlemen in the association. They made use of their connections and influence to kick me out and stop me from practicing. I waved my hand a little, a typical let's not dwell in the past gesture. Okay. It's not even a complete lie, more like a half lie. I used to work in the field of social sciences. Oh. But how did Cecily... One of my friends probably couldn't keep his mouth shut. Word gets around, Cecily hears it mentioned somewhere, and that's how things ended up happening. That's how these things happen. Try and put yourself in her shoes. It's not something you tell everyone, but just makes people more. That would make people just more worried. There's something with that eye that's in the corner. That should sound believable enough. Eloise gives me an understanding nod. I breathe a sigh of relief, looked around, and deliberately leaned forward a little. I'm not going to tell anyone about what you've been doing, but I'd appreciate it if, in exchange, you'd keep my story secret too. In any case, this is about Cecily's well-being, so we're on the same team. Eloise doesn't reply, but lets her eyes wander around the store instead. She takes in the messy pile of books at the edge of the shelves and the old posters I hung up on the wall. I think the first part perfectly captures the Wayward Scholar ambience. You know, I would like to do a Wayward Scholar ambience for any future housing I have. And being gloomy isn't exactly something I have to pretend to be. Okay, I promise. Eloise nods in acknowledgement at our little deal. I decide to strike the iron while it's hot. Well, that's good. Anyway, you've already found your way here. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? So far, I've only heard Cecily's point of view, so your help would be much appreciated. Please ask. Is there any way I can help? I would do it. Hearing Cecily's name seems to make her particularly energetic. I take out my notebook and quickly flip to the page with the most handwriting scribbled on it to keep up appearances. I have a lot of questions, actually. Let's go through them one by one. What should I ask? Well, we're going through them one by one, so we're going to, ask all of them. I can't observe right now, which is unfortunate. Okay, so ask about Cecily's activity at school. Cecily told me a few things. You're a little older than her, correct? Sorry, I'm in my senior year now. I see that you probably don't know much about how Cecily is doing in our class and what the atmosphere is like there. That's right, but I still know some things. Her class is a so-called preparation class that aims to attract students by lowering the tuition fee. It has very high expectations and demand on rapid progression. Okay. Rapid progression. Okay. I heard that the head teacher is very strict. And the teacher doesn't say anything against someone from a preparation class wanting to join one of the extracurricular activities as well. Eloise smiles bitterly. Actually, people from these preparation classes make up the bulk of the club members. I don't follow. It's project strength to make a statement. Pursue our hobbies even though learning is stressful. I assume you're familiar with that sentiment? Many students even sign up for the club on paper, but never see them around in person. However, the guidelines aren't that clear, and with Cecily being a transfer student, maybe the teacher just doesn't care. So while our classmates were stressed out and learning at home, Cecily was one of the few who actually participated in club activities. I sigh and shake my head. That explains why many of them don't get along with Cecily. Okay. Oh, okay, no, it's not a nice thing to say, but, it's hard to imagine the pressure they're under, but it's the reason why many of them have a really short fuse. How was Cecily's performance at the art club? Performance, well, she wasn't familiar with many of the techniques the rest of us were taught at a young age, but she's a quick learner, and is doing really well. She has a lot of potential. She's very eager, and I'm sure she has a bright future ahead of her if she sees the right opportunities. How well does she get along with the other club members? Lois frowns. This seems to be something she's concerned about. I wouldn't exactly call it harmonious. According to what she told me, they want her to leave the club. You could say that, yes, it puts her under a lot of pressure. Your studio rarely gets any new members? That's true. It's not easy to join. After all, it represents school to the outside world. So there's an image to uphold. The admission process is strict even for senior students. But a transfer student got a spot. Many departments underwent personal challenges, and the new teachers did say they were planning on making the process a little demanding. Cecily submitted her application after a recruitment campaign in September, so she was one of the first chosen under the new, more relaxed guidelines. That could be why the others are so harsh and unwelcoming towards her. Eloy looks sad when she talks about the situation. My fault, my failure. I'm the person responsible for the relationships between the students, and it's my job to handle differences with them. Don't beat yourself up. The situation could be worse. I'll ask about, what do you think of her? Eloy seems a little baffled and doesn't understand my question. Since you and Cecily spent a lot of time together, you probably knew each other pretty well. I would like to hear your opinion about her from you as her friend. Eloy nods. She fiddles with a strand of her hair and seems to consider her words carefully. First off, she's a really kind person. Although she doesn't talk much, she's always optimistic and sees the best in people. She's very calm and never gets angry. Even though the attitude towards her is as cold as it is, Cecily avoids arguments and trouble and stays quiet. Even when the others are so mean to her, she glances at me and I can see there's a lot on my mind. On Cecily's first day of the club, I couldn't be there because I had some chores to take care of. When I got back to the studio, I saw a student I had never seen before picking out the practice material. I was supposed to handle that. It was a lot of work, strenuous work, and the materials had to be treated with care. Since some of the projects were only half finished, she just quietly and carefully put everything in place. And you said you were supposed to handle that? Yes, that day was my turn. That's why I even came back from a trip early. There's a lot of risk involved when you let someone new and inexperienced handle the painting. It's easy to cause irreparable damage. It's mean and unjust to give a newbie that job. It's too much responsibility. They did it on purpose, I'm sure of that. There has already been talk about Cecily being accepted into the club and being a controversial decision. I hurried to help Cecily and told her to finish up. I made it clear to her that she didn't have to do this and that it wasn't something the others should make. She just shook her head and said it would be a shame to leave these paintings lying around. I'm not sure what to say. That's the kind of person Cecily is. She makes the best out of every situation. I tell her to continue. However, she's a little too shy and withdrawn. Elois's tone is filled with concern. Although kindness is a virtue, people will consider you an easy target if you never speak up for yourself. If she never says anything, the people who bully her will never receive just punishment. And by the time she does muster up the courage to say something, it might be too late for them. She'll never get any justice that way. The others will never learn their lesson. Nobody will experience any personal growth. That's the worst possible result. That's an interesting conclusion. Sorry, I'm just rambling. No, I actually agree with you. Iron but not steel. Oh. Ask information about the art competition. Cecily mentioned an event, a sort of competition called the Yukai Cup. You seem to be taking it very seriously. It's an art competition sponsored by the Provincial Young Artists Association. Our school always participates. It's somewhat of a tradition. We always score really well too. Sounds as if it's something very important to the school for the school's image and reputation. Are students forced to participate? Not officially, but if you're part of the groups that regularly win, you're somewhat forced to keep participating. It's a vanity thing. And are you one of those groups? The girl smiles tiredly. I'd rather not be. The competition between the schools is fierce, and I'm afraid it's been deemed much too important. They've turned it into a really serious thing, even though it's supposed to be a fun event. So the adults bottle out through their kids. This year's theme was suddenly changed from watercolor to oil painting. That doesn't normally happen. Everyone's on edge because of that. Sounds like it's not easy being part of a star club. We're just trying to uphold the club's reputation. The competition is becoming more and more troublesome every year. And there's a limit to everything. At the end of the day, nobody cares about what it does to the students. They don't care about our feelings. It's all just one big silly fight for glory. I don't think it's something to be proud of. It's wasted energy. I deliberately look over Lois's shoulder towards the store door and try to imagine my ex-girlfriend suddenly saying, "Huh, why did you come here?" No matter how calm she appears to be, Lois still seems nervous. She hurries back to confirm the identity of the bookstore's supposed new visitor. Of course, there's nobody there, but this gives me the perfect opportunity. I try not to make a sound as I give a momentarily distracted Lois the once over. As expected, there are white marks all over Lois's neck, and her hairline is discolored. The bruising and bleeding probably damaged the hair follicles, but fortunately, it doesn't look too bad. It would be difficult to spot this mark without purposely searching for it. That said, the location of the wound is pretty serious. If you're unlucky, a smack to the back of the head will knock out a person. A hard enough blow will not only leave a scar, but the victim would be fortunate if it didn't leave any long-term damage. Sorry, I just saw a kid by the door and thought it was my nephew coming over to play. Do your relatives live in Mato too? My sister and I came here a long time ago. I just try to make a living, but she's leading a much better life than I do. Let's get back to topic. Lois has very strong opinions, and she stands by them. That's my conclusions after asking her so many questions. She's calm and composed, and can back up all her arguments with logic. She has a very mature way of thinking, something that's probably uncommon amongst her peers. Still, this girl with her perfect posture, good manners, and high intellect doesn't seem to have many friends. We've been talking for over 2 hours, and yet she mentioned hardly any other students by name. No wonder she cares so much for Cecily. She has somewhat of a protector's instinct and just wants her to do well. I'm sure that from a psychological perspective, trying to maintain order among students while standing in a crossfire between them and Cecily has taken its toll on her. You've been a really big help. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. The girl humbly bows her head. Let's not forget that she was stalking Cecily. But even so, she showed nothing but sincerity. Oh my, I've completely lost track of time. Is that going to be an issue with your school? Lois follows my eyes to look at the wall clock, and I can't help but smile bitterly once more. I guess that's all we can talk about for today. I'll come back some other time. She bows a little and turns around, ready to leave. Things are going really well. I should make use of that one more time. Say, Lois, what is it? Lois stops and looks over in my direction. Concerning your and Cecily's after-school practice, could you put that on hold for a few days? Huh? For a moment, there's tension in the air again. Lois throws me a puzzled look, filled with more than just confusion. That might have been a little too direct. I don't want to overstep any boundaries. I have to say something. Assume the role of psychologist. Insist on having more experience. Show that you care. Cecily's mental state. Let's do that. I mean, Cecily has been under a lot of stress lately. She has to act responsibly to deal with these problems and sort out her current situation. It won't help if you're not around for that. You have to make time for her. Sure, if you think that's best. But I'm not sure she'll agree. Why is that? I'm just not sure if she's even still interested in hanging out with me. You've said it yourself. We've been under a lot of pressure lately. I had the same thoughts last Tuesday too, but Cecily didn't have time to meet up with me. She said she had other things to do and was busy. That struck me as strange, and then I found out she was alone in the studio. I have no idea what she was doing there. It must be hard for you too. Everyone goes through tough times, right? The whole thing is just weird to me. As her senior and her friend, she should be able to share her problems with me. I just want to help her. I give her an understanding nod. Please take good care of her. Lois nods once more and smiles at me, then she leaves the store. I let out a sigh of relief. It's difficult to reason with people who are really concerned about something. There's a word for that. I can't recall the term for it right now. Enough of this. I turn off the lights again. Okay. Books. I didn't get any more books. Let's think. Nobody's around. Finally, I can sort my thoughts. I'm not satisfied with the way things have been going. Eloise and Cecily seem to have a good relationship. Being so open to me about everything doesn't seem like a reaction to someone with bad intentions. Also, Eloise is unhappy in the club's current state, which fits together very well with Scarlett's findings. Without a car and all by myself, it would take quite a bit of time to get to Hermitage from Phoenix High School, so she shouldn't have seen Scarlett making contact with members of the art club. Maybe I should believe her. Okay. Case files. I don't, iron but not steel. Iron but not steel. Yeah, no, okay, I hope, I could put some of these in now. But that's okay. Finish work. We're gonna finish work now. We are probably, let me see what else. I'm back on the second floor, and finally there's a chance to make use of what Scarlett managed to find out. It's pretty crazy to see how quickly social media platforms have changed and advanced over the past few years. The students, Scarlett found out that about uses the same name on multiple platforms. She must have conducted some preliminary research using search engines to find that out. However, things aren't looking too good. There's a personal blog, but it hasn't been updated in ages and was most likely abandoned some time ago. It's hard to find any written materials by the soon, even in forums where some traces should have been left. Don't you play missing now. Welcome to the Web 2.0 era where social media platforms advance at an incredibly rapid pace. Not everyone is quick to adapt to these system changes. Surprise! Students' tweets are very infrequent and random. Many people feel awkward using certain platforms at first, and the limited word count is an additional obstacle. That might explain it. People looking for alternatives often make the switch to platforms with a more personalized touch. I need to find another message board. Suddenly I have an idea! Tumblr is one example of the so-called light blog platforms that have emerged over the past years. It isn't used a lot in this country, but several local companies claim to be good enough to keep up with it. Let's see just how good they are. I enter the name at the end of the URL. Bingo! Colored paintings decorate the page. As a member of the art club, she ended up picking a site that's hugely popular amongst designers and artists. Users of the site upload their own artwork, and she's no exception. Her basic skills are very solid, although not amazing, at least as my first impression as an amateur. I'm not here to appreciate art. I'll open all her updates since January and start browsing through them one by one. January 15, today's practice. Compared to the previous few days, my thoughts are a lot clearer now. There is room for improvement in the front and background layers, as well as the overall composition. That said, I don't know how to improve it exactly. The last time I touched watercolors was as a junior, and I was never really good at it. But I guess I was okay. I did my best anyways. February 1st, this is the finished piece from the last practice session. Even after carefully matching the colors, there are still some obvious flaws. The student representative won, that's what the rumors say, although the results haven't been announced yet. She was already preparing to celebrate in the studio. I don't know how to feel, although I wasn't arrogant enough to think I could outright win her win. Her painting isn't winning material either. Uh-oh. The atmosphere in the club today was very unpleasant, and the teacher seemed to go out of his way to avoid getting involved. I wonder what tomorrow will bring. Uh-oh. March 17th. Sorry, no updates for 2 months. The club has been quite a mess recently. and we had much fewer classes than usual. There was an intense argument between two club members, but the rest of us were too afraid to intervene. At the end of the day, both of them were equally responsible for what happened. Those of you who know what I'm talking about, please don't comment on it below. Uh-oh. Next time I'll probably show you some random stuff I've been working on. April 20th, just a few illustrations this time. What do you think is a good name for this piece? A lot has piled up. When I look at it, I can't help but feel kind of proud of myself. I don't know if I can continue painting. How do you guys manage to keep yourselves motivated? I think I'm losing the spark. It's become more of an annoyance than something I love doing. May 17th, 2 sketches. Sure enough, a hard pen seems to work better. I received many friendly messages after my last post. Thank you for your concern. I'll keep going. I'm going to keep posting updates. I think it's too early to give up on this. I feel motivated again. In fact, it has something to do with the change in the art club. The way it happened wasn't the best, but the outcome was unexpectedly good. Maybe that's just how it had to be. What, you just walked in? I don't know. I don't know if the cat walked in, but you know, that's fine. Because I heard the door open. By the way, the name Twilight Tea is really good. Great. June 28th, busy with a lot of final exam stuff. No new updates, just saying hi. One of us suddenly quit the club. I guess we didn't realize just how close we were to graduating. Things are getting serious. I don't understand how someone could quit now. We're all in the same stressful position. I think quitting is kind of weak. July 13th, a piece I drew at home. I tried to change up the pattern, but I'm not happy with it. I've talked about spatial perspective before. I don't seem to be very good at it. How on earth do you come up with a scene concept? Can anyone help me out? July 14th, 2 more, that's it. My mood's bad, the weather's bad, my mom hasn't returned from Cambodia yet. I don't think she follows me on here, so I'm asking you, how would you nicely convince someone to come back home? I don't want to overstep any boundaries, but I'm a little pissed off, to be honest. August 24th, the recomposition version. For the first time, I feel like I've mastered it. I had a lot of private stuff going on, so I don't really practice at all during summer vacation. It's nice to be able to get some summer assignments done. Ultimately, the police didn't get involved in the incident in July, but it did take up a lot of time, and it was exhausting. There are some things that I can't really discuss. I feel kind of bad, and I owe you guys a lot to you guys. On an unrelated note, if any of your local friends spot a group of people wearing black, covering their faces, tell them to stay away. They may not intend to hurt you, but if you get too curious, who knows what kind of trouble you could get into. September 2nd, another one finished. Maybe this type of painting is my strength. My teacher seems to think so as well. I haven't studied Monet much, but it's similar to his style. Space structure, hierarchy, perspective, it's all the same problem, really. After you've mastered different perspectives, your understanding of the scene's environment improves immediately. I'll try the battle, try next, while that mindset's still fresh in my mind. I still miss that smell. Should I try again? I don't think logic applies to the last painting. I don't think it's supposed to make any sense. She didn't mention names, but there was only a handful of people who could have gotten her so riled up. If that's true, I'm worried about her statements. Knowing what I know now, we should have prepared more thoroughly before investigating the school. Doesn't make a lot of sense to think about the past now. It's more important to figure out how to proceed. I should go over everything with Scarlett tomorrow. That's all I can find for now. Time to go get back to my regular job. Ah, someone's calling us. Oh, it's Cecily. I finished reading Trail of the Missing Fish. I'll return tomorrow, okay? Of course, anytime. Thanks, see you then. Have you gathered anything new from reading it? Sadly not. I still haven't made any progress. Many descriptions of the book do match up, but it doesn't change the fact that they're all based on hearsay. There are often different explanations for the same thing. If you can pinpoint the fishing location's exact location, shouldn't that be the confirmation you're looking for? I tried to find it on my phone's map app. I couldn't find any place in the south of that name. Location given by the author is much too vague. It's pretty common for small fishing villages like that to just slowly disappear over time, especially with more and more people moving to bigger cities. I've probably got my hopes up too much, thinking that this book would help me. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. Let's ask questions. By the way, have you heard from Eloise? She came to see me today. But I went back to the dorm and told her I wasn't feeling well. How did she react to that? She didn't seem taken aback by it, but she went home really early today. She usually stays a little longer and even cleans up after everyone else. Maybe something unexpected happened. It's probably nothing. It's just a guess. Ask about Cecily. Did you find anything else these past 2 days? Hard to find out more at school. Classes are going as usual. The midterm and the teachers are nervous. Oh, it's midterm and the teachers are nervous. We don't have a lot of free time. Did you have any more strange dreams or visions? No, I haven't used any instance these last 2 days. Smart decision. Let's ask about the art club. Have there been any new developments in the art club these past 2 days? Nothing's changed. We're starting to prepare for the competition next semester. The atmosphere is tense, and mountains of materials are already piling up. That's an exaggeration, right? I recall painting and canvas being very expensive. I recall paint and canvas. Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. But the supplies we need are all paid for by the school. Wow, that school sure lives up to his reputation. They're taking this really serious, and they're backing the project with so much money. They didn't want me to take part in the project at first, but Eloise stood up for me, and the others agreed to it eventually. That sounds tough. End topic. So that's how it is. I'm a little hesitant to ask. Have you made any progress? I did some research, yes. I haven't come to any conclusion yet, though. But we can't force anything. But some things just take time. You're right. Even if I ask Eloise directly, she'd probably just joke around. I still don't feel comfortable about this insights you've been telling me about. If you can try and get your hands on a little more of this lilac grass. If we're careful about it, we'll be able to avoid making things worse at least. Since I can't do it myself, I'll find a way to get someone to analyze the ingredients. I'll do my best. Anything that can cause hallucination this is intense is dangerous, no exceptions. So even if Eloise asks you, don't make any rash decisions. At least wait until I'm done with this part of the investigation, okay? Yeah, understood. Thank you for your concern. Huh? Someone else is messaging. Stay out of this. Don't get involved again. Huh? Not good for you, huh? What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Just take a deep breath and calm down. Why don't we talk about this in a friendly manner face to face? Like adults face to face. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. It's on you now. Okay. Internet. Let's see. What's new? What's new? Oh, okay. Case files. Oh, okay. I did want to look at this again. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not. Okay. Internet. Let's look at relationship. I don't want to really... thoughts. What are our thoughts right now? What are we thinking about? There's something strange about that student statement. Normally people wouldn't be discussing such a private issue online, and she seems a little overwhelmed. And what's that about a scent she misses? Whenever I think about that question, I get a bad feeling in my gut. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Different one this time. An ordinary love story is surprisingly interesting. The acting, especially at the end of the episode, is just really good. Like it looks like there's a new addition to my Wednesday night entertainment routine. Okay. End day. Okay. Well, we are going to save. We are 100% going to save here. And then we are going to go rate someone. Because we need to make dinner still. So we're gonna go make dinner. Let's see, who can we raid today? Who's playing video games? Let's see who's playing video games today. Okay, let's see. Let us see. We haven't raided Gwyneth in a while. They're currently playing Star Ocean. So we're gonna go raid them. And hopefully they will be still playing. Anyways, thanks all for stopping by. I'll be playing again tomorrow with dude, I even forgot. We're gonna be playing something tomorrow. It's gonna be on YouTube. And yeah, no, that's what we're gonna be doing. So yeah, anyways, thanks all for stopping by, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.